Go Team Romance! Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, my name is Vanessa. So I'm going to be putting out a couple of different videos that are broken down into my pile of possibilities, or like kind of a TBR. I wouldn't even say it's a TBR because it's more like everything is a TBR on my shelves, but it really is more like a pile of possibilities because there are so many prompts, and I doubt that I will read every single book that is on the sightseeing prompts for the Amazing Readathon that is hosted by Bree over at 4 Paws in a Book. But yeah, there's like 50 something prompts, and like I said, I don't think I'm going to be reading 50 sightseeing prompts, plus I think there's 10 city prompts in 1 month. So I'm just going to be talking about the 500 point possibilities. I'm going to post all of the like link information, the announcement video. There's like even a Google spreadsheet that you can keep track of your books for the Amazing Readathon and your currency and all that stuff. So like I said, I'm going to be talking right now about the 500 point prompts. And I may do these a little bit out of order than what's on the spreadsheet, but that's because certain books are, you have to read them before you read the next one, at least because they're part of a series. It'll make sense when I get there. The first book I'm going to talk about is a book with exactly 5 words in the title. I have decided that I want to try to primarily focus on a lot of my NetGalley books, since I have a ton. I have like 60 or 70 books to be read on there. And a lot of them have already come out. And I will say some of them I got that are re-released, like I've gotten them and they were already published, like it wasn't like I was never going to read it before it came out kind of thing. But this one did come out, and I did go see the author. She came to the area. I think she actually lives in the area. But she came to the DC area, and I went to go meet her at a bookstore because I've been gifted her ARCs in the past. So this book is The Other Side of Disappearing by Kate Claiborne. This is a contemporary romance, but it does have maybe an element or an air of mystery to it. And the next book on my list is a book with footnotes. This was tough because the only book I know currently that has footnotes is Does It Hurt? So if you need that as a romance rec, there you go. And it has like the footnotes at the bottom because the main guy character is Italian, so they put like he's talking in Italian, and then in the footnotes they'll put what that means in English. So Happiness Falls apparently is a book that I've been told has footnotes. This is a mystery thriller book that has to do with the Korean American family. Here's where I'm going to go a little out of order. A book over 500 pages. There's plenty of books you could do for this, but the book I'm going to be choosing for this one is Saving Six by Chloe Walsh. My version has over 600 pages, and I have been meaning to get to this for quite some time. That way I could get to the prompt to the 4th book in a series, which is Redeeming Six. So we have Saving and Redeeming Six, both by Chloe Walsh, both really big and chunky books. So I think either of these will be fine, but this is what's on my pile of possibilities. A book with foiling on the cover and the edition that you are reading. So I perused my shelves, and I have this lovely cover. So if you could not tell, there is pink foiling on the cover. The title is pink foiling, and even on the side the author's name. But this is my Fairy Loot edition of A Fragile Enchantment by Allison Saft. So this is listed as a YA fantasy romance with some historical fiction aspects to it. For the prompt, a book with all 5 vowels on the cover, I decided to go with Tangled Up in You by Christina Lauren. This is one of the books in the Meant to Be series, and this is a contemporary romance. For a book that Bree gave 5 stars, I decided to go with My Grandmother Asked Me to Tell You She's Sorry by Frederick Bachman. This is actually a recommendation that Koda gave me as well. So this one is just a general fiction book. For a book written before 2001, I decided to bring it back with a classic, modern day classic, I suppose. We have The Notebook by Nicholas Sparks. This is, of course, a romance, fiction, chick lit kind of book. If you've seen the movie, you know it's sad. If you've read the book, you know it's sad. So this will be a reread for me. I read it many years ago, and so I'm excited to reread something that I read so long ago. For a book with less than 1,000 ratings on Goodreads, I decided to go with One Cursed Rose. This is by Rebecca Zanetti. It is the first book in the Grim Bargains series. Currently, it has 200 ratings on Goodreads, so not a lot at all. And it actually comes out June 25th, 2024. So it makes sense why it doesn't have a ton of ratings just yet. This one is listed as a fantasy romance with some paranormal elements, romantic suspense, and it's a retelling of sorts. I don't know what it is a retelling of, but excited to get to this one. The last prompt in the 500 points category is a book with a person's name in the title, so I have a couple of options for this one. This is the second book in a series, so the first book is actually going to be read for another point value, but Gus by Kim Holden, so Gus is the name of one of the characters. That is a romance. We have Annie Bot by Sierra Greer. This is also a really short book that you could get in. This is a sci-fi romance, and my bestie Brie has been raving about this book, so I may actually do this one for my actual prompt. And then we also have The Disappearance of Astrid Bricard by Natasha Lester. This is a little bit chunkier, so it might be harder to kind of fit into a sightseeing prompt, but it is a historical fiction. And obviously there's a ton of books with people's names. So you have like The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo, Delilah Green Doesn't Care, The Brown Sisters, I think that one's by Talia Hibbert. I would even go as far as saying a nickname kind of counts, but you'd have to ask Brie herself. Butcher and Blackbird, Leather and Lark, because I feel like they use those names so much more than they use their actual names that I feel like that one could count. Like, you just have to use your best judgment, and for a lot of these readathons, if you're going to count it, you have to be comfortable as well with another team counting it. You also have like Carrie Soda Was Back by Taylor Jenkins Reid, the Finley Donovan series by El Casamano. There's just like a lot of options that you could go with here. And don't forget, if you're looking for other recommendations for the other sightseeing prompts, point values, definitely go check them out. I'm gonna put all of them in a playlist. These are more so what's on my TBR and my pile of possibilities. Like, if you're struggling and need help, by all means go ahead and like use one of my recs. These are obviously books, most of them that I have not read, so I don't know if I would call them recs. Again, I think they're more just like my pile of possibilities. But don't forget to like this video and check out my other ones, and I can't wait to see which team reigns superior in the Amazing Readathon. Go Team Romance! Bye!